Most people think buying a used luxury car after the warranty expires is financial suicide. But what if that oh no moment is actually when the smartest buyers quietly swoop in and grab some of the best engineered machines on the road for half the original price? Imagine sliding behind the wheel of a car that once cost $80,000 to $150,000, knowing someone else took the brutal depreciation hit and you're just there to enjoy the best years of its life. That's the game with a very specific group of cars. 12 luxury models that are so overbuilt, so mechanically trustworthy, and so misunderstood in the market that owning them after warranty isn't risky at all. It's one of the most efficient luxury hacks you can pull off. Because here's the truth nobody at the dealership wants to emphasize. Warranties are designed to make first owners feel safe while they finance a brand new status symbol. But durability engineering has nothing to do with the date printed on the warranty booklet. The cars on this list were never designed to collapse at 60,001 miles. They were engineered to run for hundreds of thousands of miles, provided someone changes the fluids on time and doesn't treat the engine like a cold start race motor. If you understand which cars were genuinely overbuilt and not just overmarketed, you can buy right after the warranty expires, enjoy world-class comfort and performance, and still sleep at night knowing you didn't just adopt a ticking time bomb. Let's start with the Infiniti Q50 Red Sport. Model years roughly 2016 to 2020 because this car is the perfect gateway drug into post-warranty luxury. Infiniti stuffed it with a 400 horsepower twin-turbo V6 that behaves less like a fragile, high-strung performance motor and more like a durable workhorse that just happens to be fast. Mechanics call it boring to work on, and that is the highest compliment in this context. It means there's no constant parade of weird failures and mystery diagnostics. Independent shops don't need special tools or proprietary software to service it, which keeps your long-term costs sane. The best part is how used prices move. These cars fall off a cliff in the first 5 years because they don't have the same badge cachet as the Germans. Then they hit a plateau as enthusiasts and informed buyers realize they've stumbled onto a sweet spot of power, reliability, and value. You get genuine sports sedan performance, real leather and metal in the interior, and an ownership experience that feels surprisingly drama-free for something this quick. If your taste leans more toward executive comfort than sports sedan, the 2017 to 2020 Genesis G80 is where things get interesting. Genesis looked at what the Germans were charging for mid-size luxury sedans and basically said, "We'll give you the same comfort and features, just without the yearly $5,000 repair surprises." The naturally aspirated 3.8-liter V6 is a big part of that formula. Instead of chasing peak power at all costs, it's tuned for longevity and smoothness. This engine and the associated drivetrain are the kind that do long highway trips without feeling strained or fragile. For a post-warranty buyer, that's gold. You're not signing up for a science experiment. You're buying into a calm, predictable ownership experience where the maintenance schedule is simple, the components are robust, and you aren't constantly haunted by the phrase "out of warranty" whenever a warning light flickers. Now, if someone says reliable luxury, most car people will immediately think Lexus, and with good reason. The Lexus GS 350F Sport from 2013 to 2020 is one of the cleanest examples of how to build a car that's genuinely fun and still dependable deep into six-figure mileage. Under the hood is a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 that Toyota and Lexus have proven over and over again in multiple models. It's understressed, well-cooled, and happy to sit at highway speeds all day without breaking a sweat. The 8-speed automatic transmission it's paired with is also a long-life piece of hardware when serviced properly. The beauty of buying one after warranty is that you're stepping into a sedan that still feels sharp and solid, especially an F-Sport trim with its stiffer suspension and better brakes, but has already done most of its depreciating. You're paying used Camry money for something that drives like a proper premium sports sedan and is known for being able to hit 200,000 miles without turning into a financial headache. Of course, not everyone wants a sedan. Maybe you need cargo space, higher seating, and real practicality, but you still want something that feels special every time you turn the key. That's where the 2011 to 2018 Porsche Cayenne S comes in. On the surface, post-warranty Porsche SUV sounds like a terrible life choice. In reality, the Cayenne S is the SUV Porsche built like one of its sports cars. Heavy-duty engines, robust transmissions, and a level of parts quality that's designed to survive long-term use. This is a vehicle where minor controls, door handles, window mechanisms, and seat adjustments are all engineered and tested as if they might spend decades being used, not just a few years. For you, the second owner, that means buying an SUV that still feels tight, substantial, and precise, when lesser crossovers feel rattly and tired. Yes, parts prices are higher than on a typical mass-market SUV, but good independent specialists can keep these running for far less than people assume, especially if you start with a well-maintained example. If you prefer your luxury with a distinctly American flavor, the Cadillac XTS Platinum from around 2013 to 2019 might be the most underrated bargain in the bunch. This car wasn't a flashy status rocket. It was a quietly competent big sedan aimed at people who actually spend time in their cars and want comfort above all. The engine, a robust V6 that's also been used in commercial and fleet applications, is more about durability than bragging rights, which is exactly what you want when buying beyond warranty. Around it, Cadillac installed a magnetic ride suspension setup that delivers that classic big car float without resorting to fragile air systems that love to fail as vehicles age. Depreciation does you a huge favor here. These were not hyper-desirable nameplate cars when new, so they lost value quickly. By the time you're shopping for a post-warranty XTS, you're looking at a car that once carried a $60,000 plus price tag, now sitting in the teens or low 20s, with a drivetrain and suspension that can realistically keep going for years if you respect the maintenance schedule. On the opposite end of the personality spectrum sits the Acura RLX Sport Hybrid, which is what happens when engineers get free rein to pack serious technology into a car, yet still insist it has to be Honda-level reliable. The RLX Sport Hybrid combines a naturally aspirated V6 with multiple electric motors and a trick all-wheel drive system that can vector torque to individual rear wheels. It sounds complicated, and it is, but Acura's approach to hybrid durability has historically been very conservative and methodical. They aren't in the business of releasing fragile, half-tested solutions just to win a headline. As a second owner, especially after warranty, you benefit from that philosophy. The RLX never had the badge prestige of German rivals, so it depreciated harder, but the underlying build quality is what you'd expect from Honda's luxury division. Robust electronics, carefully tested hybrid components, and interiors that age slowly. That makes it one of the smartest ways to get into a big, tech-heavy luxury sedan with hybrid smoothness and AWD traction, without feeling like you bought a ticking time bomb. Now let's touch the most controversial name in long-term ownership, BMW. The BMW 550i, especially in the later years of its N63 V8 life cycle, is a perfect example of how a brand can stumble, learn, and then quietly produce something special. Early versions of this twin-turbo V8 were notorious for issues, which unfairly tainted the reputation of the improved designs that came later. Once BMW fixed the cooling, fuel, and lubrication problems, the refined N63 became what it should have been all along, a powerhouse V8, capable of putting down serious performance and still surviving high mileage when properly looked after. Pair it with the excellent 8-speed automatic transmission, and you get a drivetrain that genuinely belongs in the buyable after warranty category. With this car, success comes down to discipline. You absolutely must verify service history, buy a car with the updated components, and commit to regular fluid and filter changes. Do that, and you're rewarded with M5 adjacent performance, a comfortable interior, and the satisfaction of knowing you paid used luxury money for something that still feels properly fast and modern. When it comes to pure flagship sedans built for the long haul, the Lexus LS 460 from 2007 to 2017 is about as close as you get to a sure thing. This is the car Lexus built to prove a point, that a full-size luxury sedan doesn't have to be fragile or moody. The naturally aspirated V8 is famously over-engineered, and the 8-speed automatic transmission it's paired with was designed to be almost invisible in operation, smooth, predictable, and uninterested in drama. The rest of the car follows that same philosophy. Switchgear has a reassuring weight. Door seals and weather stripping keep noise out for years longer than average. Electronics are conservative, stable, and not prone to constant failures. As a used, post-warranty buy, an LS460 is less of a gamble and more of a strategy. If you want a car that can serve as a primary daily driver and long-distance cruiser without constantly reminding you how expensive it was when new, this is it. You'll pay more on the used market compared to some of the other cars on this list because the reputation is already baked into the price, but you're also buying into one of the longest-lasting luxury platforms ever made. Now imagine taking the Genesis quietly better than expected formula and applying it to a full-size flagship. That's the Genesis G 95.0 Ultimate, roughly 2017 to 2020, and it is one of the clearest examples of a post-warranty steal. This is a car that gives you many of the sensations of sitting in an S-Class or 7 Series. Rear seat space, soft leather, whisper quiet cabin, serious highway presence, without inheriting all of their long-term complexity and repair risks to the same degree. The big naturally aspirated V8 under the hood keeps things simpler than many turbocharged rivals. And Genesis engineered its flagship with durability top of mind because they were trying to win skeptical buyers away from long-established brands. In the used market, it plays perfectly into your hands. The badge doesn't carry the same ego gravity, so depreciation hits hard. As a second owner, you get chauffeur car levels of comfort and equipment, but only pay mid-tier new car money, all while stepping into a powertrain and chassis that were deliberately built to last beyond warranty. And then there's the halo, the Lexus LS 600HL, roughly 2008 to 2015, which sits at the top of this food chain for a reason. It combines everything Lexus knows about building indestructible luxury sedans with everything Toyota learned from years of hybrid engineering. The result is a car that, on paper, looks like it should be terrifying to own out of warranty, V8 engine, complex hybrid drivetrain, mountains of electronics, but in real life behaves like a tank in a tailored suit. The hybrid systems are designed with generous cooling and conservative power management, the battery is engineered for long service life, and the rest of the car is Lexus flagship hardware, thick glass, ultra-refined interior materials, and a level of build quality that borders on obsessive. That's why resale values remain stubbornly strong. People in the know understand they are buying something close to lifetime car territory. If you manage to find a well-maintained LS 600HL and you're comfortable paying a bit more up front, owning it after the warranty is less about gambling and more about enjoying one of the most over-engineered luxury cars ever built. So where does this leave you, scrolling through endless listings of used luxury cars with expired warranties? Simple. Stop asking, is post-warranty luxury dangerous? And start asking, was this car engineered to survive or just to impress? The 12 cars here were built with longevity in mind. They don't magically become fragile the day the warranty ends. If you match your personality, sporty, executive, techie, SUV, or limousine, with the right model from this list, insist on full service records, pay for a real pre-purchase inspection, and budget realistically for maintenance, you're not walking into a trap. You're stepping into a very specific, very profitable arbitrage, letting someone else pay for the badge, the depreciation, and the showroom smell, while you quietly collect the best years of the car's life at a fraction of the original cost.